since I made a video. Lots happened, a lot has changed. I felt like making a video today because I'm not having such a good day today. My medication didn't work last night, so I've spent pretty much the whole day struggling to stay awake. I sold my car recently because I haven't been able to afford to maintain it, which has meant a lot of changes for me, namely having to catch public transport. That's been a big challenge in itself. I find the biggest challenge for me with catching public transport is trying to stay awake when you're waiting for buses, especially for me because I only get around 4 hours of wakefulness a day. That's provided my medication has worked overnight. And whilst catching the bus, walking to the bus, however far away it is from the house, is okay. Getting back in a timely manner has been a really hard thing to do, especially when sometimes I'm waiting for a bus for 40 minutes to 45 minutes a time. And yeah, today was one of those days where, although I was sleepy, I needed to get some things done because I didn't have time to do it tomorrow. So I caught the bus to the local mall and I got the errands done that I needed. But on the way back to the bus stop from the mall, I started feeling my eyes starting to droop and my body wanting to sit down or lie down and not wake up. So waiting for that bus to get back home was really difficult. I left at 11 and I got back on the bus at just past 1 o'clock, and it was really rough. I had to bust out the walking stick just to make it home from the bus stop when I finally arrived. And yeah, I found it really difficult since I've been home. Even just getting to the bathroom was really difficult. So yeah, I just wanted to go through a bit of what's been happening with me. I've been trying to get my NDIS funding to get a support worker and some help getting around, because I'm finding it very difficult to even get to buses or use public transport because of sleep attacks, and the catalepsy can just hit at any time, and no matter how much planning I put into structuring my day, I still find that I am using up all of my time trying to get on the public transport, but then also struggling to get back and risking getting stranded a lot. So that's been really tough, but I am grateful that I don't need to worry about my car breaking down, which was a real worry, especially not working and not being able to tow my car if it does break down, or do anything with it if it does break down. It would cost more money than I have to get rid of it if it was broken down. So I'm glad I was able to sell it. It's really rough at the moment not having it. I can't just rush around and get things done in the wakeful hours of my day anymore. I'm spending all of that time trying to get to buses, so it's been really difficult. I thought I was going to managed to pull it off, because I've been planning this for, at least a year. But I'm finding it difficult, so I don't know where to go from here. I've been looking at mobility scooters, but a lot of them are really difficult to fold up and carry around. So I'm really at a bit of a loss to what I'm going to do, because public transport, unfortunately, isn't going to be a viable long-term solution. So I don't want to get to the stage where I'm going to be stuck in bed because I can't go out and do things I need to do. So I don't really want to become housebound. So I'm really hoping that this NDIS stuff goes through, because they do have some solutions that could help my situation, namely being transport subsidies, which can help with taxis and things like that, and support workers. I'm really hoping to gain some independence and get some sort of meaningful hobbies and just being able to get out and do things other than, cleaning the house, preparing food, and that's it. I would like to be able to get out again. I can't remember the last time, I went to the beach, took a trip to the beach, or, spent a good amount of time reading a book at the library, or even just joining some sort of social group. I know when I'm sleepy like this, it's really hard to attend any of those things, because there's no one that can really support me or take care of me or help me get through it. So, some funding from the NDIS would be the best thing. I'm trying not to let it get me down, and that's not the way I operate. So, I've got my checklist of plans and contingencies that I've had, sitting there for a while, and I'm just hoping they can get me through for now. But yeah, other than that, I noticed, I don't know if it was my medication, but pretty much around the time that I got diagnosed and couldn't work, and all of the stress of being homeless when I was homeless for 3 years, I don't know if any of that had anything to do with, I started actually having hair loss, so I've had to shave my head because my hair started going patchy. So that's another update, I guess. I've put on a little bit more weight than I would have liked to. I was always very slim and trim, but the reduced activity that I've been able to safely do has made it really difficult for me to keep my weight down. So that's another thing that has changed. That's sort of my goals moving forward. I would like to regain some sort of agency and independence, and try and get out and do things, because it's a really hard pill to swallow when you lose your mobility and your ability to do things that you used to do. So yeah, moving forward, I'm just trying to find as many things as I can to help me regain some true independence, and get to do more than just surviving, because I'm back in survival mode. Even though I have a roof over my head now, it still feels very much the same survival mode that I was in when I was homeless. So it's a different kind. I am safe when I'm at home, but at the same time, I think mentally and socially being at home a lot isn't as safe, if you know what I mean. Just because of what it can do. I have written poetry, and I have been planning to publish some of my poetry, so I haven't wasted my time that I've had at home. I've been reading and writing a lot, and just trying to find things that I can do, because there's always something you can do, and it might look different to what you'd expected or hoped, but there's always something that you can do. So I'm just trying to focus on those things. But that is very difficult when you have a brain that wants you to go to sleep when you want to do something productive or enjoy something that you really like to immerse yourself into. It's really hard to do those things when your brain's not working properly. So other than that, I think I've really come to accept things a lot more. I know earlier in my videos I was finding it pretty hard to accept the new me, or the real me, not the me that was trying to do 10,000 things. I've kind of made my peace with that, and I've got a good routine going, and I don't feel as guilty resting as much as I do now. Today's a prime example, actually. I think today, with me, hardly finding any wakefulness today, I think that's got a lot to do with me pushing through for 2 or 3 days trying to work out this whole transport thing, and having to push through over beyond what I'm actually capable of. I think it's led me to today. That's usually what happens if you push through too much. You end up bedridden for a day or two. So that's another lesson. But I'm just trying to figure things out at the moment. So I knew it would be pretty hard at the start, but we'll see. I'm looking at getting a scooter, just one of those ride-on scooters, and using that, in my wakeful hours when I wake up, to get to the gym or the store, or so I can get it out of the way quickly. That's me for now. I've been attending my narcolepsy group, which is a video chat group, people from Australia, and that's been immensely helpful. Just hearing people talk about their struggles and things that they struggle with, and hearing it from someone else is it's so helpful, just hearing it from someone else, because sometimes with this condition you feel like you're the only one. Everyone around you doesn't quite understand, and you get sick of explaining it, and the understanding missing the mark with everyone else. So these groups are really helpful and helps you put things into perspective. So that's one thing I'm really grateful for, and I think that's what made me want to make this video, actually, because it's been a long time since I made a video. And I had a good chat last night with some of the people in the group, and it just made everything relevant, and I thought I would talk about it. So that's me for now.